In the heart of Kingston, Jamaica, tucked between rusted zinc fences and graffiti walls, lived a boy named Ralph. Life in the neighborhood was gritty, loud nights, darker secrets, and dreams that often died young. But Ralph held on to his. He had to. Ralph was 12. He shared a crumbling two-bedroom shack with his older sister, Ivy. She was 17, always exhausted from double shifts at the corner shop. And his younger sister, Pearl, who was just 6 and barely understood the weight of the world. And their mother, once radiant, had been swallowed whole by rum and regret. Most nights she stumbled in, smelling of smoke and sorrow. Ralph woke up before dawn every day. Hunger curled in his belly like a tight fist, but his resolve was stronger. He walked 3 miles barefoot to school, dust clinging to his ankles, a notebook clutched in hand. His best friend James was his anchor, the one who pulled him from fights and helped him study under the breadfruit tree during their lunch breaks. James knew Ralph didn't talk much, but he felt his pain, like a song without lyrics. Home was worse. The fridge moaned with emptiness. The cabinets mocked them with silence. On good days, the school lunch carried Ralph, Pearl, and sometimes Ivy until bedtime. On bad days, the gnawing in their bellies kept them up. And then one night changed everything. Their mother stumbled in with 4 strangers, 3 men and women, all slurring lyrics of old reggae songs, clinging bottles. Among them was Uncle Russell, not by blood, but by bond, a man who always brought more chaos than comfort. He was loud, eyes always darting, and the smell of weed clung to him like perfume. Pearl ran into the room and locked the door. Ivy wasn't home yet. Ralph needed to pee, tiptoed to the bathroom, and he flushed. The door creaked open. "Hey, move over!" Uncle Russell grunted, pushing past Ralph and urinating in a tub without shame. Ralph froze. He didn't speak of that moment. Not the next night when Uncle Russell touched his shoulder too long. Not the night after when he whispered things that made Ralph want to vanish into the towel. Then came the worst. It started with the door creaking open again. Ralph wanted to scream, but his voice locked somewhere behind fear and shame. He laid still, tears sliding into his pillow. Didn't happen just once. Ralph changed. At school, he snapped at James. He threw a rock at a teacher's car. He fought a boy who asked if he was okay. The anger was loud because the truth was trapped. Only one person noticed, Mrs. Edna, the neighborhood grandma. She sold patties from her gate and watched the world with eyes that had seen too much. "You all right, Ralphie?" she asked one morning. He shook his head. And then the dam broke. Mrs. Edna held him while he sobbed. She didn't say, "You lying," or "Why you never talked before?" She simply listened. The next day, she marched with him to his mother. But the mother spat venom. "You lie. You always looking for attention. That man love me more than your deadbeat father ever did." Ralph stood silent. Mrs. Edna cursed under her breath. "You're wicked!" When Ivy came home, Mrs. Edna sat her down. The room shook with silence as Ivy absorbed the horror. That night, she didn't come home. The next morning, Uncle Russell didn't either. 2 weeks passed. Then Ivy returned, quiet, haunted, her knuckles scrapped. The police came the next day. They found Russell's body behind the old train tracks, face bruised, ribs cracked, a rusted wrench near his head. No suspects, no witnesses. Ralph never asked. Ivy never explained. But he slept better. Months passed, their mothers still drunk and partying. Ivy made a decision to move out with Pearl. Ralph stayed with Mrs. Edna for a while, until a counselor helped him and placed him in a youth program. He still carried scars, but he found words. He began visiting schools, standing in front of other kids just like him. "My name is Ralph," he'd begin. "And if anyone touches you in any way that makes you feel small, scared, or silent, tell someone. Don't keep it locked inside." He became a voice, not just for himself, but for every child who was ever told that's a lie, when all they needed was to be believed. The moral of the story: teach your children the names of their body parts. Normalize uncomfortable conversations. Encourage them to speak up if anyone ever makes them feel unsafe. Their silence should never be louder than our love. Thank you all so much for listening and for watching. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, give this video a thumbs up, and share with as many parents as possible. Thank you.